Good, happy Tuesday morning, December 14, 2021. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Tuesday morning edition of the Morning Show with Riley King. It's time to rise and shine and grab a good cup of coffee, sit back, relax, and enjoy this Tuesday morning edition of the Morning Show with Riley King, where we have a little bit of everything for you in this program. So let's get started right now.
Details.
First up, new details on a deadly Amazon warehouse collapse. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News. Good morning, America.
Details of exactly what happened inside this Amazon package processing facility the night that EF3 tornado hit, with winds of 150 miles an hour cutting through this very new, huge concrete warehouse. Employees had about a 20-minute warning when they were working inside that a tornado was coming, giving them enough time to scramble north into the shelter-in-place area. But this is all happening around 8 o'clock when drivers were finishing their daily routes. So there probably were some drivers that were outside not getting that warning, maybe seeing the tornado as it approached, and then scrambling inside what they hope to be a safe place. All of the 6 deceased and 1 victim still in the hospital were discovered in the same place, presumably huddling together in what they hope to be a safe spot. And then the tornado hit and those concrete walls collapsed around them. Just frightening, heartbreaking details. OSHA is here today investigating the safety procedures and the code of this building, and that continues this week. Michael, details of exactly what happened in...
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. UK reports the first Omicron death as the variant set to become dominant in London. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News' Maggie Burley.
Days. So far, there here are saying that no other COVID variant has spread this fast, and they fear that in less than 36 hours, Omicron will become the dominant variant here in London. Already, it makes up 44% of cases in the city, and numbers are doubling every 2 to 3 days. So far, there are 10 confirmed cases in hospitals, and the first death from Omicron has been reported here in the UK. But at this point, we still don't know anything about that patient's age or any pre-existing conditions. Officials here are now warning that we should expect to see those numbers dramatically increase in the coming days and weeks that lie ahead. But guys, by how much and how severe, that we still don't know. This is such a new variant, and officials are trying to keep up with science that's unfolding in real time.
There's so much to keep up with, Maggie. And for now, the government they're just saying the best course of action is for people to get the booster shots.
Yeah, exactly, Michael. That's our best bet right now, these boosters. The health secretary has confirmed that 2 shots is not always enough to prevent symptomatic infection of Omicron, but a booster does provide strong protection. Now, since they made that announcement, we have been seeing long lines at pop-up booster clinics, some wrapping around the block, as the government here warns we're in another race of variant versus the vaccine. Guys.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. House to vote on Mark Meadows' contempt charges as ex-Trump chief of staff refuses to cooperate with the January 6th committee. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Is set to hold former Trump Chief of Staff Mark Meadows in contempt of Congress for refusing to cooperate with the committee probing the January 6th insurrection. As committee members revealed text messages he received that day from the president's inner circle and anchors on Fox News. Chief Washington correspondent John Carl starts us off. Good morning, John.
Good morning, George. Today, Congress is poised to do something it has never done before, hold one of its former members in criminal contempt. And in the process, the January 6th committee has revealed startling new details about what people closest to the former president were doing as the Capitol was under attack. Mark Meadows was chief of staff during the final days of the Trump presidency, privy to the actions of the former president and his inner circle as rioters stormed the Capitol. Now the January 6th committee wants the House to hold him in criminal contempt because he is refusing to answer questions about any of it.
No one is above the law, not even a former president's chief of staff.
Before refusing to cooperate, Meadows had turned over thousands of documents, including text messages and emails on his personal cell phones. Liz Cheney, the top Republican on the committee, says that some of them were from the president's own son, pleading with Meadows to get his father to call off the riot.
Quote, he's got to condemn this ASAP. The Capitol Police tweet is not enough, Donald Trump Jr. texted. Meadows responded, quote, I'm pushing it hard, I agree. Still, President Trump did not immediately act. Donald Trump Jr. texted again and again, urging action by the president. Quote, we need an Oval Office address. He has to lead now. It has gone too far and gotten out of hand, end quote.
Cheney also disclosed text messages she says were from Fox News hosts to Meadows as Trump supporters rampaged inside the Capitol. Sean Hannity suggested, quote, can he make a statement asking people to leave the Capitol? Laura Ingraham writing, Mark, the president needs to tell the people in the Capitol to go home. This is hurting all of us. He is destroying his legacy. Also among the 9,000 pages of communications Meadows handed over to the committee were emails showing that prior to January 6th, Meadows told an unnamed associate, quote, the National Guard would be present to protect pro-Trump people. But after turning over those messages and much more, Meadows decided to refuse to cooperate further, saying the former president didn't want him to because it would violate the principle of executive privilege, the idea that a president is entitled to confidential advice from his aides. The committee says Meadows and Trump are simply trying to obstruct their investigation.
Either you're on the side of helping us figure out why, or you are trying to stop us from getting those answers.
Meadows' lawyer is pleading with Congress not to go forward with this contempt resolution, saying that he was simply abiding by the wishes of the former president and calling the resolution a, quote, rush to judgment. George?
Making that plea, but they know where this is headed.
Yeah, it's clear, fully expected that Congress will vote to hold him in contempt. The thing that is not clear is whether or not the Justice Department will do what they did in the case of Steve Bannon and actually go the next step, which is to prosecute him. Of course, if the Justice Department prosecutes him, he could face up to a year in prison.
John Carl, thanks very much.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Dangerous new storm on the move. Powerful system slamming the west. Could also hit tornado revenge region. Let's take a listen to that video from Ginger Z.
To wait. Storm Michael that could impact folks that were just hit so hard with flash flooding and maybe even more severe weather. So I'm going to connect the two for you here. Let's start with what it looks like in the Sierra. Remember, we were in an incredible deficit as far as snow goes, but now more than 3 feet has already fallen, looking for 6 to 8 feet. So it goes from absolutely nothing to way too much too fast. San Mateo, California, you can see that was scaffolding that fell down. They had gusts up to 80 miles per hour around the Bay Area and 3 to 9 inches of rain falling around the Bay Area. One man who was here, or a person in this home, had to be rescued. So we still worry about flash flooding, especially around LA and burn scars. Record December heat again this week ahead of it, so you know the fuel is there to make thunderstorms. The first stop will be from Minnesota through Iowa down through Texas. And then here's what's different about this. This front slows down this time. That usually means more of a flash flood threat, but we will keep the damaging wind and tornado threat, and we'll keep you updated, Robin.
We know.
Storm Michael that could impact.
Okay, and there you go. And let's take a look at the weather across the United States for you all for this Tuesday. as you can see, is all dry along here with some rain in the Florida area. And then you got, it's rain and thunderstorms, regular rain over here. You got a mixed precipitation here with snow over here, and then some rain and thunderstorms over there as well, and heavy rain / flash flooding possible over there, and heavy snow in this shade here. And then over here, dry and dry and dry and dry. Just dry along here and along here. That is a look at the weather across the United States for this Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everyone. And we are going to switch gears now. And let's take a look at this. Stay warm this winter with this spice Crawway dessert cup. Let's take a look.
I called back. Same State Farm agent. Texted the next day. Same guy.
It's a nice wintry fall treat with mainly spiced caraway, usually served after a baby's born. The nice thing about this too is it's a gluten-free dessert and you can top it however you like.
Okay, there you go. Looks yummy. And we are going to switch gears now, and let's go into some entertainment news. And in entertainment news, Ben Affleck says his kids are proud over Jennifer Lopez's date moment. Let's take a look at that video from Entertainment Tonight.
My dude,
Good
not
to see you.
hiking, not
No,
out in
not
your
hiking.
underwear like on the Runyon Canyon. Where were you?
I was at a soccer
to
game.
work, straight up like in my gym shorts. What if I rolled up here? You know what I mean?
It would be okay because the way your woman looked today, I mean, my God, you came with the damn goddess.
There you go. Well, then I should probably wear my shorts next time.
I'd wear my drawers or whatever it takes to match that. I want to ask you, you know, you made this during COVID. It had to be hard, but you still come out with this movie that has a great ensemble. How did you guys vibe like that? Or was it just that, you know, there was...
You get lucky, like, you really can't... It's so much of any collaborative effort, right? It just depends on all the people. And you just have to go. You can't make people be who you want them to be. You just have to hope that they're not only talented, but really good people that want to work together and get the best out of everybody. And that starts from the top. You know, George sets this tone with everyone that's really, it's clear. Like, hey, we're here to work. We're here to respect each other. We're going to do a job. Everybody's going to be professional. It just goes all the way down to everybody on there. So it was really, I credit George with that. It's something that I've tried to do, and that just reminded me of how important it is as a director to set that tone.
Big birthday today. Lupe's birthday. Lupe's, right?
You really keep track of things.
I do. I'm on top of it. Are you celebrating tonight? What are you doing special? Because I know y'all like to hang out.
Tonight I'm at the premiere of Tenderbar.
No, I know that, but I'm saying afterwards.
Celebrating, naturally. We have a little cocktail party. I hope you'll come.
I mean,
and
in my
there's an after party. Yeah, unless you have another hike. You're climbing a mountain up there. I know you're active. I appreciate that, but you don't need to advertise it. You know what I mean? You don't need to sell it.
Don't let everybody know.
See, let them discover it. You know what I mean? Don't push it, because it'll be more authentic if it just seems casual.
I feel that. Being a former sports guy, and the last question, all the memes from the basketball game, there were lots of them.
I am a sports guy. I'm not a big meme guy. I don't follow the memes. My kids like the memes. My kids feel that the highest form of success in life is to become a meme. So in that sense, they have to be proud of me, despite outward appearances. And if I got in the business of commenting on all the memes on the internet, it would force me to be witty. And I just can't. I just don't have that to bring to it. So I'm just going to let it speak for itself.
Dude, you got the face and the hair. It's all good. You're good.
Okay, and there you go. And that does it for this Tuesday edition of The Morning Show with Riley King. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, and see you back here another time for another edition of The Morning Show with Riley King. Bye now.